Welcome to McLays Florist at 1211 Austin Street, Route 125 in North Andover. And really happy to do this. McLays was started by John and Mary McLay in 1964 over at 757 Turnpike Street, Route 114 in North Andover. And in 1998, their daughter and I moved over to 125 in North Andover.
What made you guys move from 114 to 125?
Well, Stop and Shop took our spot on 114, and that's what made us move.
Have you always been a florist, or?
Well, I'm really a CPA.
You just got pulled into it?
But yeah, I got pulled into it when in '84, my mother-in-law was sick with cancer, and she took care of the books, and I was kind of drafted in. That's why I started April 1984. I've been here ever since.
Worked at McLays?
27 years.
Really? What's kept you working here for such an extended period of time?
Well, besides loving the flowers, I love my employers too. You know, it's been a long, you can't work that long without actually caring about the people you're working for. They're good people, and I like working for them. And I love the flowers. So.
Now, did you already know how to work with flowers before?
No,
you came
actually,
here?
when I first started working here, it was because I was a starting artist kind of thing, and he hired me thinking I'd be able to make signs and possibly be interested in the design aspect. And so I started making signs and working in the design department. And
but they've taught you everything, basically,
they have.
when it comes to.
They have. Bob Bartlett, who's been here longer than I have, and Mr. McLay used to work with me on Sundays. And between everybody, and Frank, we used to deliver weddings together, so that's how I learned how to deliver. So it's a combination of all of us together.
And there it goes.
Did it die? Flowers typically go into a funeral spread like the one you just made or the one you're about to make?
Well, a lot of it depends on the flowers. For that one, let's see, there's about 16 carnations and 6 roses. And sometimes we work from a photograph that people pick from, and other times they just give us a chance to do what we want. And either way is fine, you know. I don't really mind either way. But yeah, and people have such different tastes too. So that's kind of fun when we get something different and interesting. But yes, I love plants too. They're my passion too. Besides the flowers and the floral design, plants are even. And we have a lot of plants here, a lot of different varieties. And the owners are very good about getting things special order for people. So if there's something you're looking for as far as plant or a flower, they will look for you and they'll find it.
So McLays does not grow any of their own flowers, right? I mean,
not now. We used to. They've been in business since 1964. And they used to have like 8 greenhouses, at least. I'm not sure exactly how many they had there. Do miss the greenhouses. When I first started working for them, that's what we had. So
They were on 114 then, right? They were on 114 then?
Right. Right. That's when I first started. They were there. And we had everything in there, you know, banana trees and lemon trees. Mr. McLay would make apple cider this time of year, and we'd use the lemons right from the trees that we grew in the greenhouse. So to me, that was like heaven, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's certainly neat to watch them grow from scratch.
Oh, yeah, in the Northeast, to be able to go into a greenhouse in the middle of winter. And you know, we get that only on a smaller scale now, with all the green plants and the flowers. People usually come in, and they're just happy, you know? It's one of the things I love about this job. It's not like working for the IRS or something. People
Even as you're making a funeral
not
arrangement,
happy
right?
to see you. They're usually pretty happy to see us. And I like that. And even if they aren't happy, usually we can make them happy.
So this looks like it's actually coming together pretty quickly. Or is it the actual floral part that takes longer, and not so much the green?
Like I said, I'm not near as quick as most other designers. Even Kathleen, she's much quicker, and Bob is much quicker. But No, this is, and actually I'm not really paying attention because I'm paying attention more to you guys too, so.
So are we affecting your quality? Because it looks like,
remember, not the quality, just the time.
Oh.
Time involved. I don't try to let anything affect the quality. That's a different thing, you know. Even if you're crunched for time, don't let it affect the quality. Because especially these days with supermarkets getting a lot of flower business, I want people to know the difference between a florist, that we know the flowers, we know the quality, and the supermarket, which, you know, you don't expect people that work there to know about them. So.
There's a certain trade-off there, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I like to be able to show people the difference every time they step in the florist, whether they're getting a single flower or an arrangement, but there is a difference.
Is the piece you're making right now typical in size and scope of what you usually make, or usually larger stuff, usually smaller, or?
No, this is pretty typical for the size for a spray, yes. And like I said, a lot of times they'll go by the books, and since we've been online and everybody's going online, a lot of people are picking stuff right off the internet, which is a little difficult because being a designer, I know when I look at things how they're gonna look, but most people don't, and it can be different, you know. And I try not to disappoint no matter what, but every once in a while you'll get somebody, even though you're giving them exactly what it is, the photo doesn't look the same as the reality. So.
So what types of flowers will you be working with for this particular spread?
This one's very basic as far as the flowers. Flowers everybody will know: carnations, mums, and roses. And they wanted, it's supposed to look like that piece there. They wanted two pieces the same. Which making two pieces exactly the same is a little more difficult than you'd think, because flowers don't look exactly the same. So.
No, true, very true.
And they fall differently. And usually people are happy. I always try to make something, if I'm looking at it and say, would I pay that amount of money for it? And that's what I go into making the piece with. And I'm pretty cheap, so that's really good for people.